Life by Design is a show teaching designpreneurs how to clarify their brand vision and turn it into reality without losing themselves along the way. We'll explore the roadmap to a strong brand launch, plus go deep with industry insiders, subject experts, and examine the journeys of favorite fashion designers so you can apply the learnings to grow your brand while designing a life you love. Hustle culture has had many of us in a chokehold for so long. Now, I do believe that having some grit and knowing how to be scrappy when you need to is essential. And having a side hustle to diversify your income stream in itself, I get. I'm talking about when we embrace the hustle mentality so literally that it keeps us focusing on the 24/7, 365, no sleep grind so much that we ignore and sabotage the deeper reasons we decided to go after more in the first place. The goal for most is more freedom, flexibility, control of our finances, and more joy. More joy. Look up the meaning of the word hustle when you have a free moment, because it may surprise you. I have found that spending more energy on an abundant, positive trajectory and giving ourselves some grace, knowing that we are worthy and deserving and capable of creating an ebb and flow that allows us to thrive is much more rewarding. And what does it mean to thrive? To thrive is to flourish, to prosper, to progress toward, or realize a goal despite or because of circumstances. And the opposite of that is to flounder, to diminish, to struggle, or regress. And ain't nobody got time for that, right? What we want is to progress, to advance, and grow. But this takes self-awareness to foster consistently. And as a recovered people pleaser, an extroverted, introverted heart, and someone who's guilty of burning out more than once, a few times, I learned the hard way that there is a big difference between running your business and having your business run you. I had to stop fooling myself into thinking that going so hard that I feel burned out is a badge of honor. It's not. It was a sign that I was out of alignment with what I said I wanted for myself. And, I got it honestly. Growing up, I often watched my mom work to the point of exhaustion. One thing my mother made sure of is that come Sunday morning, every man was getting up and getting ready for church. But there was some Sundays where she didn't even have the energy to get out of bed. And I knew that wasn't what her heart wanted, but that's what I learned. So when I started my brand, it was natural to follow that playbook, but it became destructive and it sucked the joy out of even the little things in life. So I knew there had to be a better way. So I sought out mentors and thought leaders who had a practical understanding and mastery around why we do the things we do and how to align our actions with what we say we want. And I learned one, how to embrace the season of business I was in each year, and two, build in habits and systems to support my brand without my brand growth, I should say, without sacrificing my well-being. Now, even with great habits, there's no guarantee that you won't teeter on the brink of almost getting close to pushing yourself to the edge of doing too much. I still deal with that. We all do. But having that North Star to turn back toward when you find yourself getting off track is like a breath of fresh air. So walk with me now through 6 steps to thrive. There's a PDF to go along with it. All right, in the show notes, so you can follow along or you can take some notes of your own. I'm using the acronym THRIVE to break it down. And of course, we're going to start with T. So T is for tighten your circle of influence. This means strategically narrowing your attention to things that positively impact your brand growth and your personal development. Filter out negativity like doom scrolling on social media and align yourself with supportive networks so you can boost your clarity and focus on your brand goals, because whatever you focus on is going to grow, and whatever you starve will diminish. Starve any distractions and limit interactions with people, no matter who they are, friends, family, associates, coworkers, whatever it is. Anyone who's draining your energy and keeping you in that stuck feeling on a regular basis is not going to be helpful. Now, H is for honor the season of business you're in. For example, if you are in the planting stage of your new brand, you're laying the foundation and honing in on who you are as a brand, who your core customer base is, and what value your brand will add to the world, and how you're going to show up in the marketplace. Now, if you're in the cultivating stage of your business, you're focusing on the designs, the quality level, the price point of your collection, and other things, but you're basically developing and positioning your line for launch. And if you're in the harvest stage of the business, you've done a lot of work, right? You laid that foundation, and you have now launched your business successfully to a robust and excited customer base, and you're reaping those rewards, the rewards of your intentionality, and you're preparing to scale and expand your collection into stores, perhaps. And each phase of this journey will require patience and resilience, and there will be as many challenges along the way as there are wins. Celebrate your wins, and don't let your highs be too high, and don't let your lows be too low, okay? Because there's a season for everything. Now, R is for raise the bar on your belief level. Whether you believe you're going to succeed or you don't, you're right. If we think we're capable and worthy of success, that makes us more likely to take bold action and persevere so that we can achieve those goals. Conversely, if we doubt ourselves all the time or set low expectations, that automatically limits our potential. Believe that you are worthy, even in the face of imposter syndrome, which is something that everybody deals with in the beginning. I heard someone say recently, we don't become courageous because we're confident. It's showing up courageously that builds our confidence over time. Oof, that was a nugget. So do it scared, because the truth is you were built for this. That's why you're here, and you know it. You already know this. I, moving right along, is for inspired action versus perfection. Make a habit of turning your setbacks into opportunities. Our desire to do everything perfectly delays our progress. Women's wear designer Hanifa, everybody knows and loves Hanifa, right? She launched her brand way back in 2012. And as a new designer, she talked before of consistently having trouble getting resources and guidance along her journey in the industry. But she didn't let that stop her, right? Kept it moving. Then COVID took over the world in March of 2020. And the fashion industry was at a standstill, like every other industry. But Anifa had already invested in her upcoming collection, and she was desperate to get it out there. So she took a chance, and she launched the very first digital fashion show in the world. Some people have said otherwise, that she wasn't the first, but they were incorrect. Her virtual show ended up disrupting what the fashion industry views as the right way to launch a collection from that day forward. But if she had waited for things to be perfect, for things to open up again and go back to normal, she would not be a household name today. So moving on to V. V is for visualize what you want in advance. Nothing happens before you see it, no matter how simple or profound it is. Every action you've taken today, even, including being here, listening to my voice, you visualized before it happened. You listening right now was not spontaneous. In your mind's eye, you saw yourself tapping in and then took steps to make that happen. In the same way, whatever level of achievement or success you want to experience with your brand, make a point on a regular basis to see it clearly, visualize it. Get real familiar with what your brand looks like. Fall in love with the vision, all right? Where it's being sold, who's wearing it, what impact it's making on the industry and your household, and how this is making you feel. Start to feel those feelings and just get into it, get into that vision in advance, because visualizing these touch points switches on something called your reticular activating system, your RAS. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a nerd. It's your brain's filter system for prioritizing opportunities and resources and experiences that align with your vision, with your business vision in this case. So this is going to inspire you consciously and subconsciously and help unlock your full potential. Now we're on to E. Last but not least, E is for embrace self-care. Some people act like self-care is a dirty word, but if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to be no good to anybody anyway. Nobody's coming to do it for us. When there's an emergency on an airplane, even if you have children with you, they tell you to put on your gas mask first so that you're going to be able to do everything else you need to do in that circumstance. So get good at setting some healthy boundaries and prioritizing wellness in every area of your life. If you're a people pleaser like me, like I was rather, hello, that ship has sailed. Learn some hard lessons, not going back, then it may seem counterintuitive to put yourself first or to prioritize wellness, even some little things that are necessary on the day-to-day. But this is part of knowing and loving ourselves. How can we ever become the highest version of ourselves and live life to the fullest if we don't make space for our well-being? And the time to start is now. Time, when you think about it, time is the one thing we will never get back. When it's gone, it's gone. Now, one of my favorite quotes is by Maya Angelou. It goes, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. We are worthy of wellness. So starting today, give yourself permission to thrive. Thank you for tuning in to the Life by Design show. We welcome your feedback, so if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, subscribe, leave a review, or share it with your friends. And if there's someone you think I should consider bringing in for a combo, send me a DM on social. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the other side.